big image. And then I'll do a bit more house cleaning where I'm going to go with different image just because I want to show you something regarding the constraint layout. So you know what? At this point, I'll remove everything. I'll just set up wrapper clean. And instead, I'm going to go with static image. I'm going to go with the source and then pick one of the recipes ones. So I'm going to go with recipe one, but just go with these ones since they are not that big. And that way we'll see features of the constraint layout. So I'm going to go with source. Again, I need to provide the path. I'm going with assets here, images, and then the file name is a recipe -1 and a JPEG. Now, as far as the alternative, I think we can go back to food here, and then I'll save it for the time being. Okay. Notice if you get this technically error once in a while, don't worry about it. Just close it and then refresh. And now, of course, we have our image. Now, I want to remove this CSS selection, and we're not going to use it. And then inside of the wrapper, eventually, we'll set up a 3-column layout where I'll show you the fixed one, the full width, as well as the constraint one side by side. For now, in this video, I'll just work with the constraint one. And that's why I'll set up here a heading 4 with the text of constraint and then default. So we know that that's the default setup. So once I save, check it out. Now, of course, the image is much bigger because we're not targeting from the CSS, correct? And I guess let's start adding those options to our static image. And again, we simply need to provide them as props. So let's do it. We can go with a height and I can say 400. And the moment I set it up, again, unfortunately, there's going to be this tiny error there for a while. And then we get the image. So that works. We know that we can add the height. Now, if you want, you can add the width as well. Just keep in mind when you set width and height for constraint, you're actually setting max width and max height, not fixed values. So if you want fixed values, you might as well go for fixed layout instead. But yes, if you want, I can add 100 pixels here and save it. Now, of course, my image is going to be smaller like so. So we refresh. Now I have a tiny image. That's good. I guess I'm just going to remove it. And then we have, remember, a placeholder. So this is the pattern that we can show while the image is loading. And in here we have blurred, we have dominant color, we have none, as well as traced SVG. And if you remember, dominant color